Hey guys, welcome back to our night 2 of our summer 2020 VBS. We are so excited to have y'all here and to be with our youngest group.
That's right. We are so excited that you're here. I know this VBS is a little bit different, but we hope that you can have fun during tonight's lesson and use the things that are in your survival bag to go with our camping essential that we're going to talk about tonight. Before I do that, though, I want to review you on what Kelly and Gracie talked to us about last night. They talked about the first camping essential, something that's very important that we need in order to go camping. Jordan, do you know what that was?
Yes, they talked about a flashlight.
That's right, a flashlight or a lantern. And what does a flashlight or a lantern do?
It helps you see when it's dark and it provides light.
That's right. If I turn this flashlight on, it provides light and it can help us see whenever it's dark. And Kelly and Gracie talked to us about 3 people from the Bible who let their light shine for God. And those 3 people were Daniel, Dorcas, and David.
The 3 D's.
The 3 D's, that's right. Tonight we're going to talk about another important camping essential, and that is shelter.
Do y'all know what shelter means?
Shelter means that you are finding a place to get away from danger or to get away from bad weather. So, me and Jordan have these rain jackets on. They can provide shelter for us whenever it rains. We have a tent back here. You can take a tent whenever you go camping, and that will provide shelter from the bad weather or any animals that may be out there.
Nasty bugs.
Or the nasty bugs, that's right. So let's think about some other forms of shelter that we have. What is something that we go to every single day?
Our house.
Yes, right. Our
to
houses.
Eat dinner.
Our houses can be used. Dinner's for another night, Jordan. Our houses can be used for shelter. We also can use our cars as shelter. We can also use church buildings or any other kind of building for us to get away from any bad weather or any danger. So just like we have those forms of shelter in our daily lives, we also need to seek shelter in our Christian life. It's always very important in our Christian life.
Do y'all know where we can go to seek shelter in our Christian life? Do y'all have any guesses? Beth, do you have any guesses?
Where can we go?
We can go to God.
That's right. We can go to God and seek shelter from Him, from the dangers in our life. So if you have your survival bag, I want you to get out the brown piece of paper and the sleeping bag. And as we talk to you and tell you a story tonight, I want you to build your tent with your piece of paper and put your sleeping bag in there. Tonight we're going to look at 2 different examples from the Bible, 2 different men who sought shelter, who went to look for shelter. And these may be kind of different forms of seeking shelter, but these 2 men, one of them was obedient to God, and one of them was not obedient to God. And so we're going to look at those 2 men, and then we're going to let you decide who was obedient and who was not. The first person that we're going to talk about is Noah. And Noah, as I'm sure you all know, Noah built an ark. Jordan, what did he build an ark for?
He built it for him and all the animals to take shelter on from the flood that God was going to put on the earth.
That's right. A boat is also a form of, or an ark is a form of a boat, and you can seek shelter in a boat. And so that's what Noah did he sought shelter from the flood that God was going to send. And not only that, but God gave him very specific instructions on how to build this ark. He told him the certain wood that needs to be used. He told him exactly how big to make it. He told him to get the animals 2 by 2. And Noah followed every single instruction that God gave him in order to build this ark. And many people thought that Noah was crazy for doing this. They thought that God was not going to send a flood. And they just thought that he was crazy for trying to build an ark. But God sent a flood onto the earth, and Noah and his family and the animals were saved because Noah followed God's instructions.
And God provided them with shelter to keep them safe from what he knew was coming.
And he does that for us today. He also provides us shelter. So we're going to sing a song about Noah and the ark, and if you know it, I want you to sing along with us. God told Noah to build him an arky, arky. God told Noah to build him an arky, arky. Build it out of gopher, barky, barky, children of the Lord. The animals, they came in by twosies, twosies. Animals, they came in by twosies, twosies. Elephants and kangaroos, roosies, children of the Lord. Alright, so I want you to remember that Noah followed God's commandment and God provided him shelter from the storm and shelter from danger. So we have talked about Noah. We're going to talk about one other person, and his name is Jonah. Jordan, what do you know about Jonah?
I know that Jonah spent some time in the belly of a whale.
That's right. That's gross.
So nasty.
I want you to think about what could be inside the belly of a whale. There could be nasty other animals. It could be wet in there. It could be dark.
Stinky.
It can be stinky, maybe cold. It's definitely not a place I want to be.
No, thank
But how
you.
did Jonah get in the belly of a whale?
So God told Jonah that he was supposed to go to Nineveh. And Jonah was scared to go to Nineveh because of the people that were there. And so he disobeyed God and he chose not to go. And that's how he ended up in the belly of a whale.
Yes, he disobeyed God and he actually ran from God.
He did.
And God sent a storm. He ran from God while on a boat, and God sent a storm. And he told the people on the boat, he said, throw me over and the storm will stop. So the people on the boat threw Jonah over and he got swallowed by a whale. And he spent 3 days inside of the whale.
That's a long time to spend in the belly of a whale.
That's right.
3 days.
Yeah, it's a long time. And even though Jonah disobeyed God, God still provided shelter for Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
And
God
so,
loves us and he cares for us.
yes, and he will provide us shelter. And just like he provides us shelter in our homes, in our cars, at the church building, or any other buildings, anywhere that he can provide us places to protect us from danger or bad weather, he also provides us shelter in our Christian walk. So I want you to remember that we need to be obedient to God, and we always need to find shelter in him. So I want you to tune in tomorrow night. You're going to learn about another camping essential, and we hope to see you then. Bye.
Bye, guys.